Hey guys, Benji here. Welcome back to my channel, Bite Size Benji, where today got a bit of a sad video. So, the game store that I used to go to as a kid, called Ross Records, looks like they have closed their doors or put the shutter down forever. It's very sad because it's where I went as a kid, growing up all through my adult life to go and buy my games, trading my games, and I wanted to just talk a little bit about it because it was a big part of my life growing up with that shop. Because I just got so many memories. You know, I remember when I went there for the first time, they had this giant alien statue just literally right by the door, and you walk in, scared the absolute crap out of me. And yeah, it was great. You had music on the left side, you had games on the right. So I remember going in there, seeing all of the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 games, and also where I saw Mario 64 for the first time. So they had this cabinet in the corner of the shop. And I always remember they used to play like new games coming out on there before they had actually come out yet. And I remember they got an N64, and this is about, obviously it came out in Japan in '96. It didn't come out over here until '97. And I remember seeing it for the first time, being amazed, just standing there, just staring at this TV, just looking at Mario running around in 3D. It just blew my mind. I didn't even look at the games to buy any. And I just remember it so vividly, just seeing it there on the TV. It just looked absolutely brilliant. And yeah, and the rest is history. Just I used to go there pretty much every weekend if I could, and just go and trade in my games. Used to get some really good prices there as well. I could have gone to like Electronics Boutique or Game, back in the day when Electronics Boutique was still going over here in the UK. But the trade prices were always better at Ross Records, so I always went there. And it was great. I used to get so excited when a new game would come out. I'd go down there, wait outside the door, and go and trade my games. So I always remember when the Dreamcast came out, and I wanted to get Trickstar as one of the launch games, because I already had Sonic Adventure, but I really wanted Trickstar. And I remember going down there and taking like my N64 games down there and my PS1 games and trading them in for it. I loved that buzz of like a new game coming out and going down and trading games. So what I don't miss though is their stickers. Their stickers were an absolute nightmare. I still have a Super Smash Brothers case here with an old Ross Records sticker on it. Those stickers were an absolute nightmare on cardboard. They were just horrible, destroy the boxes. Obviously nowadays I wouldn't have even tried to take it off, but it just always made me laugh because those stickers were a nightmare. And then, obviously growing up, when it got to like 360, I couldn't even bother to try and take them off in the end. So I just left them on there for some of them. So yeah, won't be missing their stickers. But you could just see over time, especially in like the newer generation, like Xbox One, PS4, digital was obviously bigger. Their selection was getting smaller, which is such a shame, because I remember, when I first started, dating my wife, and we used to go and look for like rare PS2 games, and look through the hundreds of Xbox 360 games, the PS1 games, all that stuff. We used to spend like a couple of hours looking through this stuff. And recently, before it closed, it would take about 10 minutes to look through every single game they've got there, because it just wasn't working. So, which is such a shame. And they just didn't really update with the times. I'll pop some pictures on the screen, but they still have this neon sign that says Sega games on it, because when they were in the small shop, they Sega Mega Drive, Sega was still pretty big, the Sega Saturn and everything. And they still had Sega games. And then when they moved next door, they had the big sign saying Ross on it, but it still says Dreamcast, it still says Nintendo. I think it says Nintendo 64. Still not, I think. But I'll pop a picture on the screen so you can see it for yourself. But they didn't have an online presence or anything. It was very old school type of game shop. And they also sold DVDs and music as well. Because it's called Ross Records. That's where they started off, was selling music. Back in the day, I think the early 80s it started. So yeah, it's just a shame to see it, because I went in there recently with my daughter. She used to like looking through the games, and it was, I think the last thing we bought from there was a Disney Infinity character, so for like £1.50. But yeah, I just wanted to do a video on it because, like I said, it's part of my like gaming history of growing up, and yeah, it's just a bit sad to see it go. But I mean, that's just retail, isn't it? Especially in the gaming market, being all digital, it's sad seeing it go the way it is. But yeah, just wanted to do a little video to let you guys know that you'll always be remembered, Ross Records. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe to the channel if you're new for some more lovely gaming content. But as always on Bite Size Benji, happy gaming.